Hey guys, welcome to Back Alley Wine Bar, well, Bob Chronicles, but here we are at the studio today. We have a special guest with you, and we'll tell you more shortly. Well, Max is ready to dance with us. We're really excited about this, but we have Dyann Kruse here from Heritage Park Zoo. Say hi, Max and Dyann.
You want to wave?
You want to wave?
Oh, he's thinking about it.
He's thinking about. He doesn't like to be put on the spot.
Doesn't like to do what you're asking him to do.
No. But Dyann, please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your role at the Heritage Park Zoo here in Prescott.
Well, thank you for having me here, us here, I should say. So my name is Dyann Kruse. I'm the Education Program Manager at Heritage Park Zoo. So I help to coordinate all of the programs and all of our education outreaches and goings on at the zoo, as well as whatever else is needed. This is Max. Max is a blue and gold macaw, and he's been at the zoo with us for about 10 years. He's actually about 32 years old. Yeah. So he can live as long as humans with proper care. So he's still fairly young.
Wow. So Max has a long life ahead of him there at the zoo.
Definitely. They're a lot of work. Unfortunately, you do find a lot of them in rescues because they are so challenging to take care of. And they live so long. Not everybody's prepared to have any animal with them for 70 plus years.
Right. He's so beautiful and intelligent. What are some of the things Max can do?
So he does a lot when he feels like it. He's not trained to do an awful lot, but he does wave. He can say hello. He says, "How are you?" He knows how to slide down a pole, usually when we don't want him to. On his perch, he'll slide down there. He loves to dance. He loves to be entertained. And so when guests come to visit and see him, if they sing to him or dance, then he usually gets involved.
Oh, yeah. Max loves to party, it sounds like.
He does. He loves to have a good time.
Well, also, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Dakota, and I like parrots.
Nice. I like parrots too. Thank you. It's always nice. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about the programs available here at the Heritage Park Zoo?
Okay, well, we do have a few upcoming programs going on. First of all, I want to talk about our July Donor Challenge. So the Heritage Park Zoo is a sanctuary for animals that are in need. So we have a lot of different animals that come to us for different reasons. We do take in orphaned and injured native wildlife as well. So if an animal comes to us and needs a permanent home for whatever reason, can't go back out to the wild, we'll find a place for it. We also get a lot of animals that are either confiscated or surrendered because people have them illegally. And that's how we got a couple of our primates. And so we have a newer primate, a capuchin monkey, who we need to provide a new habitat for. And so this next month in July, we're doing a donor challenge. One of our regular donors to the zoo has offered to pay match dollar for dollar anybody who donates. So we're asking the public to help donate money to help build the habitat for our capuchin monkey. And that'll be matched by one of our donors. So that's going on all July. And that's really exciting for us to have a new enclosure for one of our newer residents.
I don't know if I've ever seen a capuchin up close. Have you?
No, but does he have a name yet?
Yes. So we have two capuchins now. We have a capuchin monkey that lives normally. His name is the previous one that we have is Ricky. He's been there for quite some time. He came from a situation as well. He was kept as a pet illegally, but he wasn't really given the proper socialization that a primate needs. So he's very fearful of strangers. So he's usually a little bit further off in the back. So a lot of people don't realize that he's there, but he lives behind the lemurs right now. And so our newer one is a little bit more social, but still has some issues. So we need to build him a new enclosure because him and the other male capuchin wouldn't be able to cohabitate. They wouldn't naturally be friendly with each other in the wild. Right. They would be territorial, but also because they both haven't been real socialized with other primates, they're not going to be, best buds. But we do want them to be near each other so they can kind of watch each other and have a companionship, even though they wouldn't be in the same enclosure. But capuchin monkeys are very, very intelligent, just like parrots. and they live in a social structure similar to humans. We have friends and family, and having those social bonds is a real important part of your development, just like ours. Imagine if you were just kind of living in a room all by yourself and you didn't have any friends or family that really interacted with you. You probably wouldn't know what to do, right? With other people, you wouldn't know how to act. And that happens with primates quite often if they're not given the proper socialization.
Sounds a bit like school through COVID.
Yes. Yes.
Not funny, but like that isolation.
It did. It really
sad.
affected a lot of people's social skills,
Yeah.
especially kids, unfortunately. Yeah. And
So-
adults.
so people just had these animals and they weren't supposed to, and ultimately
Right.
somebody figured it out, and you guys are able to bring them into this sanctuary and really provide them something better, a better opportunity.
Yeah, we try and provide them homes, and then we make sure our keepers work with them to build their social skills. Now, they usually aren't going to have the opportunity to build them with other primates, but at least with people, they can learn to react appropriately and have entertainment through kind of education in a way where it's fun. They don't realize they're learning, but they are learning different skills and they're using their mind. Intelligent animals, just like humans, need a lot of mental stimulation. Otherwise we get bored, just like animals do. And if they don't have something to entertain them, they'll figure out a way to entertain themselves. And it's usually in a
Probably
destructive manner.
getting into trouble, I would say.
Yes.
What do you think if you're bored?
Mhm. And primates are very strong, and they can do a lot of damage if they find ways to entertain themselves that aren't appropriate.
Right.
So we do things with them to keep their mental skills sharp and stimulated. And the wild animals are constantly looking for food and trying to find shelter and interacting with other family members. So there's a lot of time where they're spent using their brain to figure things out. In an environment where everything's provided for them, it can get quite boring. And
Right.
so imagine being in a hospital where you're just sitting there and people are bringing you food and there's nothing to do,
So in this donor challenge, which is actually really exciting for our
Mhm.
viewers, so matching dollar for dollar is huge.
It is.
So for every, $20 somebody donates, it's matched. So they're
Exactly.
literally giving $40. So
Exactly.
give some thought to making a difference for the zoological and sanctuary
Mhm.
here in Prescott. But also, I think the more you get for this enclosure, you can make it more fun for them, right?
You can, yes. So depending on how much we get, we can put more into it to make sure that there's more options. Making it larger, more lush, more things to do is important for the animal's mental health, as well as physical health. Just like us, if you don't get exercise, you can get a little bit out of shape and not so healthy. The animals have the same issue if they're not climbing around, exercising and foraging and looking for things to do. So the more we get for this, the better we'll be able to make it for our keepers who are caring for the animals as well as for the animals.
That's amazing. So people can donate. How do they donate?
So you can donate any way you want through the zoo. So we do have it up on our website. That'll tell you further details. You can also, a lot of people will just send us checks is one way. You can call on the phone and give a credit card information. Usually we have PayPal set up. So on our website, it should be able to tell you more information exactly how to do it. And there's, like I said, a lot of different ways.
Oh, awesome. So you can see down below, we've got the heritageparkzoo.org. Scrolling down at the bottom, if you are interested in supporting the zoo and these capuchin monkeys habitats, please feel free to hop on there and donate. Even every dollar is matched, which is amazing.
Yes,
You
it
guys
really
have-
will help.
Yeah, I mean, I love to see the monkeys. I think everybody has a fascination with monkeys.
Yes.
Truly, there's something about primates that just, it's a connection. That
They're similar
we
to
seem
humans in a
have.
lot of
Yeah.
ways. They use their hands the same way, their eyes, they have facial expressions. Not all of them are the same as humans, but
Right.
still, you can kind of reflect and see some of yourself in them.
Yeah, so to think of them, having a nice living area is pretty cool. So,
Yeah, and it is important for them, and it's important for us to be able to provide that as well. Being not for profit, we don't get any government or state help, so we do really rely on the public's involvement through our programs, through donations, through our school programs, things like that.
Yeah, I've seen a lot. I mean, our local community really is the heartbeat of what keeps this sanctuary going.
It really is.
I think there was a time when the refrigeration went down
Yes.
not too long ago,
Yeah.
and that was a big outreach to please help.
It was.
We lost
It was.
everything.
Yeah, being a small facility, our resources are very, very precious to us, and when they disappear, it affects you can't move on without the animals having food. And so that was a big deal. And we really appreciate the outpouring of support from the community.
Well, and not to mention, there are so many activities at the zoo. It is such a beautiful space. If you haven't been to the Heritage Park Zoo, it's over by where exactly?
It's right across from Embry-Riddle on
Right.
Willow Creek Road.
Right by Willow
just
Creek.
right next to Willow Creek Lake. Yes.
Yeah.
And we just fairly recently enlarged our parking lot. So it's paved parking. There's more parking. I know that's been always an issue when we have big events, is where to park. And now there's plenty of parking. It's all lined and it's very black and white, very clear where to park.
Well, in
And that
addition
helps.
to just literally being able to visit the zoo as a great family activity, they do birthday parties. I know we did ours, my younger daughter, we did ours this year over there. It was a lot of fun. It's just such an inviting community location and place to be. But you've got some other events coming up.
We do. I can talk about a couple of the other events coming up. Besides our July Match for Match, we also have July going on is our Summer Zoofest. And this is a new event. This is the first time we're doing it this year. So this is going to be for the whole entire family, all age groups. We're going to have stuff for the kids, meaning we're going to have bounce house and carnival games. We're going to have things for the adults, meaning we're going to have a beer garden and some adult themed games. We're also going to have animal themed activities and different talks about our animals. We're going to have a DJ, and it's just going to be a fun family event that everybody should have a great time, because there's something for everybody. That happens on July 16th. It's in the evening, so from 5:30 to 8:30. And again, you can find more information either by calling the zoo or going on our website. And that should be a fun event.
Great. That's Saturday, July 16th.
Yes, Saturday,
And,
July 16th,
tell us-
5:30 to 8:30.
Tell us how much are adults and how much are children for tickets?
Adults are $20 and children are $10.
Awesome. And where do they buy tickets at?
They can go on the website, or you can purchase them at the gate on the night of the event.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite things about the zoo?
I really like the bobcats because cats are one of my favorite animals, and I like the raccoons and the red fox.
And the red fox. I love the petting zoo.
Yeah.
I love the petting zoo area for sure. There's little toys for the kids to play, and they always have fun over there.
The farmyard area is an important part because a lot of children are afraid of what they don't know. And usually we're all exposed either in books or media to farm animals. And so it feels a little bit safer for them. It's a great place to introduce children to animals that aren't your dog or cat. And so it's a great place also to have a birthday party, because you can rent that area for birthday parties. And then you can go to the goat yard and pet the goats to kind of give them a little bit of attention. And it is a great place to kind of introduce very young children to animals, and then they can kind of get their feet wet with something that feels a little more familiar before they go on to the more exotics.
About how many animals do you think you guys have at the zoo?
We have about 200 animals that live at the zoo, and then we also get through our doors probably about 400 or more animals that come in through our rescue.
Wow. It's
Yeah.
a very active rescue program.
Yeah, especially right now. Spring, summer is very active because you have a lot of young animals learning how to take care of themselves for the first time. A lot of them get injured or orphaned and need some extra help. So we do take anything that's native in as a rescue. So if you find something that's injured or orphaned, first thing we always recommend is people call the zoo, though, ask for some information, because unfortunately not all animals that are brought to us need to be brought to us. And we only want to take in the ones that need to be brought to us. So if you see an animal that you think might be in distress, but you're not sure, it's a great idea just to call us. Sometimes observing them for a period of 24 hours is the best thing to do. Now, if you find something that's obviously injured, it's bleeding, or it's laying in the middle of the road not moving, or a baby who just doesn't have its eyes open and is all by itself. Those are the kind of animals that we understand we want to get to us as soon as possible. But even not all baby animals need to be brought to us. A lot of animal parents are going to leave their babies in a safe place while they go off to eat. And so you might not always find a baby with its mom, and that's going to be a normal situation. So again, just call if you have questions, but we do take in animals that need help. We try and give them help if we can provide it. If it needs long-term care, we are participating with other rescues in Arizona that we can sometimes send them to for long-term care. Or sometimes if they need a permanent home, then we want to have space at the zoo. And so a lot of our native species there that are native to Arizona had come to us either being injured or orphaned and found a permanent home with us.
What's your favorite animal at the zoo?
Oh, goodness. That's like asking which favorite child is your favorite. But Max is definitely one of my favorites. Him and I are good friends, so I really love him. But I have a hard time picking just one. They all have something about them that makes me just love them.
How long does it take parrots to warm up to new people?
Well, it depends on the parrot and their past experiences. For example, if you have a parrot was raised being kind of with strangers and knew that strangers were okay and that it was a positive thing to go to strangers, they're going to be a lot faster to warm up to people. Max was never really in a house that he had a lot of experience with strangers. So to him, it takes him a little while to warm up. Kind of like us, if I walked up to you and I never met you before, but I started hugging you or petting your hair, or kissing you, it would feel very weird, right? Because you don't know me. But for someone to do that, it seems totally normal. So that's kind of like him. He's like, wait a minute, I'm not ready for that yet. Exactly. I don't know you. I don't know if I should trust you. And in the wild, these are still wild animals, even though a lot of people have them as pets. They're going to have all their wild instincts, and their wild instincts are to protect themselves, to not try new things without a lot of suspicion, because that could get you hurt or killed.
It seems like he's going to get a lot of socialization with some of the other activities you guys have coming up.
We do. We have another fun one that we love to do is the Wet and Wild Day. So that one is going to be on August 20th. And that is just a day all about water play and fun. So there'll be water games. There'll be animals that are going to be getting baths and all sorts of fun, just things to help kind of appreciate the summer by, getting wet and cooling off and having some fun with your family and with the animals.
Awesome.
So that's August 20th, and that's basically all day. So that's Wet and Wild Day.
Wet and Wild Day, Saturday, August 20th. And we also have the Zoofest. What else do you have going on?
We also have After Dark at the park. So this is a new program for us that we started last year. We had one last year. This year we're having two of them. So we had one in the spring. This is for 21 and over. So this is an adult only event. And the reason it's adult only is because there's lots of alcohol involved. But we also have food trucks. We have live music. There's adult kind of themed games. And then we do animal interactions and talks about the animals. So it's a lot of fun for people who want to maybe visit the zoo without kids being around, more of an adult setting. That is happening on September 17th. That also is in the evening, so 5:30 to 8:30. And that's a really fun event. And again, you can find out all the information on our website about any of these events.
Wonderful. Well, we are so glad you joined us today. And you too, Max. Max, we really enjoyed your company. Thank you for coming.
You want to see if you can get him to say hello?
Let's see if he'll give us a little hello or a goodbye.
What do you say?
Hello.
Hello. That was quiet, but at least he said it.
Thanks, Max, for joining us. And if you love our zoo, if you haven't visited the zoo, please definitely go check it out. Until next time, we'll see you later.
Bye, everyone.